So good morning, morning. Again, all you're gonna need today is yourself and then have a mat or your rug, a towel, whatever you like for when we want to go on down. I make sure everyone is muted at the beginning of class already, so feel free if you wanna play some nice background music, go for it. I like to let you choose that so that way it doesn't drown me out through the Zoom. All right, so let's get the fun started. Let's have those legs just a little bit wider than those shoulders for me. Let's do a nice deep breath in and one of those nice big shoulder rolls for me, back and down. And another deep breath in, and let's push that air out as those shoulders go down. Now let's do a nice deep breath and let's bring those hands up towards that ceiling. So reach towards the sky, really extend those fingertips up. In this first one, you can bend back a little bit, don't force it. We're gonna get warm and then we'll really stretch it back. Good, breathe it out, let those hands come to the sides. And again, nice deep breath in. Let's extend it, stretch those arms up, look at that ceiling, pull it back a little bit more now. Let's breathe it out, and this time we're gonna dive down towards those toes for me. So reach towards the toes, keeping the back of the leg straight for this first part. So we're really stretching out the back of the legs, just hanging it over. Now bend those knees a little bit, and as you bend those knees, you want that belly button to come towards those thighs a little bit more. Switching the stretch into the back, not just into those legs. Now straighten those legs, stretch out the back once again. Bend those knees again. And this time we're gonna keep bending them. We're gonna let that chest come up and we're gonna go down into this nice, if you'll say, little frog position. And make sure those feet are wide enough that they're still touching the ground. So we want those feet nice and flat. So if you have to walk them apart a little bit more, that's okay. And now let's keep those hands down and you're gonna pop that butt up, straighten those legs, folding it nice and over. Sit that butt down again, chest comes up. That chin nice and open, pushing those knees apart. Pop that butt up. Stretching over. Sit that butt down. I'm going to show you modified. So if you have knee, back, or hip problems, you can always stay up here. Put those arms on the front of those thighs and push them open. But of course, if you can, we're nice and low. And last time, let's straighten those legs out. Folding over. Hopefully those hands are closer towards the floor or more on the floor than they were the first time. And let's sit it down. Nice and deep as you can this time. And no matter how low that squat is, let's push those knees open. Let's bring those hands to in front of that nice chest. You're puffing it open. And now we're gonna pretend like we got a nice string on the top of our head. And we're gonna pull ourselves straight up. Make sure up at the top, squeeze that butt. Chest open, let's sit it down. Whether it's this far or we go all the way down, sit it down as far as we can. And then we're gonna stand it up, squeeze that butt, nice and tall, tucking those hips. Sitting down, once again, pushing open. Pull it up. We're gonna go for 3 more for me, so let's sit it down. Puffing that chest, now squeeze it up. And 2 more, sit it down. Push them open. Let's pull it up. Now this one, I want you to sit it down for me as low as you can. Again, respect that body. And we're gonna pull it up, but only about halfway for me. So, meaning, if you're nice and low, those legs are now parallel. Otherwise, that butt is just up a little bit. And let's come all the way up. Beautiful. Now bring those feet nice and close together, just a little bit of a difference. Let's bend those knees. Those hands are together and let's push those palms. So now from right here, I want you to really think we're pushing those palms together. We're trying to have the forearms as parallel to the ground as you can get them. Now, as you push those palms together, we're going to go straight up and we're going to bring it back down. Trying to squeeze those palms together the whole time. Now, it's completely normal that the pressure you have in front of your chest, it's not going to be the same pressure up at the top, and that's okay. Good, bring it down. Pushing it up, good, push those palms, squeezing. And up at the top, not only are we extending those arms up and we're pushing, but I'm trying to pull those hands back where those arms are going alongside those ears as much as they can. Good, all the way up and down. You're doing great. Keep pushing up, pulling down, all the way up. We're gonna go for one more, so bring it to the chest, keep pushing those palms. Let's extend those hands all the way up for me, and let's open those palms towards me. Make sure those knees are bent. I'm pulling them back, and we're gonna squeeze it down to the sides. And then like you're pushing a weight up, and squeeze it down. And don't be afraid to, if you wanna imagine opening those palms, you push the weight up, you can squeeze those palms and pull it down. Or you can envision sliding those knuckles back along the wall if you want to keep the palms open. No right or wrong with that. We just want to make sure we squeeze in the back as we do the motion. 3, pushing up, pulling down for 2, push up, and let's pull it down. Last one, squeeze. So from the side, make sure we're trying to pull those elbows back, but the wrists are stacked on top of those elbows. Try not to have them too far forward. So we're right here, and then we're gonna bring it together. You're gonna push those palms and push those elbows together here, and then we're gonna open back, squeeze, push them together, open back and squeeze. Again, that whole time, trying to keep those wrists stacked right over the elbows. Nice controlled motion, squeezing the elbows and the palms together. Then we pull it back, we squeeze those shoulder blades, we bring it forward, palms and elbows push, pull it back. Now 2 more, let's bring it together, squeeze, pull back. We're gonna go 1 more. So we need to go to the front. We gotta squeeze those elbows, squeeze those palms. You need to open it up for me. Squeeze it back, squeeze. And now you can relax it and let it go. Roll those shoulders out. Great job. Now, today, we're gonna go for a nice wide stance. We're gonna hit those nice windmills. So that means the feet are nice and wide. You're gonna try to keep the toes and the feet parallel. If they turn out a little, not the end of the world. Perfection, not needed. We're gonna have that right arm open on the front of your thigh. That left hand goes straight up to the ceiling for me. So the hand that is up, we're gonna push the hip out to the left side. We're keeping that hip nice and popped. Now that right hand is gonna slink down, slide through the inside of the leg. That left hand is straight up to the ceiling as it can be. And if you can, you're pulling it back so you're twisting that spine. And then we're gonna think about a string attached to that top hand, and we pull straight up. Those hips come back to neutral. And now once again, we're gonna pop that hip to the left side. We slide it down, and notice when I show you from the side, that chest does come forward. So you're bending at the waist and then twisting it open, and then that hand, we pull it straight back up. Beautiful, let's pop that hip. Give me that attitude out to the side. Let's slide it down. Breathe, twist it open, look up at that ceiling through those fingertips if you can, and then we pull it back up. We're gonna do 2 more on this side. Let's pop that hip. Let's slide it down, twisting it open, pull it up. Good, 1 more, let's pop that hip. Let's slide it down, Breathe, twist it open. We're gonna hold it a little bit longer on this last one. A little farther down if you can, and pull it up. Beautiful. So now we're gonna bring that left hand down, that right hand's going up. So now that means that right hip, we're gonna pop that right hip to the side, and we're sliding it down. We're twisting. That right hand now stays straight up. We look at those fingertips and we pull it straight up. So we should really try to focus on that waist, pop the hips, and that lower back when we pull ourselves up. We want the side right here to help pull you up, nice and tall. Let's pop that hip. Let's slide it down. Again, that butt kind of pops up and back. We twist that top hand open a little bit more. Let's pull it up. Let's pop that hip. It goes out to the side. We slide it down. That butt goes back. That chest comes forward. Reach that arm back a little more. Let's pull it up. Now last two. Let's get that attitude. Hands straight up. Let's slide it down. Twist it open. Let's pull it up. Now last one, remember we're gonna hold it a little bit more, so let's pop that hip. Let's slide it down, and don't worry, if you're right here, still keep twisting it open. If you can't go down as far, that's okay. You go as far down as your body's gonna let you. Breathe, and let's pull it up. Good, hands come down. Now we're gonna bring those feet nice and close together, all right? So we just want enough distance where those knees are not pushing together, because I want those legs to have to work separately from one another. So we want to keep those hips, knees, and ankles in this nice straight line for me. Tuck those hips, that tummy nice and tight. Let's bring those hands straight out in front, and we're going to make ourselves into a chair. So we're going to sit it back and down, and we're going to push up through those hips. Tuck those hips, tummy tight, sit it down, pull it up. Really try to get the back of the leg. So when you're at the bottom, however low that is for you, squeeze your butt and squeeze those hamstrings to help you come up. We sit it down, we squeeze it up, and don't worry, if your squat is right here and up, still squeeze the back of the legs to do it. Let's sit it down, squeeze it up, sit that butt down, squeeze it up. You're going to do two more for me. Let's sit it down, squeeze it up. Now last one, let's hold at the bottom for me. Now take that right hand, you're going to cross it over as much as you can. That left hand is going to twist it open. Bring that left hand forward. That right hand meets it. And we squeeze it nice and up. Nice deep breath up at the top. Now we got to do the other side, so let's sit it down. Left hand, let's cross it over. Right hand, we twist. We look at that top hand. We pull that chest open. Right hand forward. Left hand. And we bring it up. Nice deep breath. Now we're going to do one more on each side. I'm going to show modified this time. So let's sit it down as low as you can. Now we take that right hand, we cross over, and we twist. So don't worry, even if you can't go down, you can still get this nice twist. Left hand forward, right hand meets it, and we stand it all the way up. Nice deep breath. All right, last one. Let's sit that butt back and down. Cross that hand. So if you're not as low, it's going to be closer to the hip. And that right hand twists open. Use the hand that is on that thigh or the knee, whatever it is, push yourself open, twist it more. Right hand forward, left hand, stand it up, and breathe. Shake it out a little. All right, we're gonna let those legs have a little bit of a breather, and we're gonna go back and work those arms a little bit. So I want you to go into this nice 90 degrees with those arms. So those arms are out to the side, we're squeezing back. Again, those hips tucked, tummy tight. Now make sure if you ever get pressure, you can always do a split stance when we're doing arms, and that will take a little pressure off the back. So wrists right over the elbows, we're squeezing back, that tummy's tight. We're going once again to bring it to the middle, elbows and palms squeeze. We open it back. We bring it in, elbows and palms, squeeze. We pull it back. Good, so make sure when we're on the back, I want to feel your shirt. I want to see those wrinkles happen in the back, squeezing it together, opening back, palms push, elbows squeeze, pull it back. One more time, let's bring it to the middle, squeeze. Now we're gonna open back right here, and we're gonna do that nice bad robot dance that I like. So that means from the shoulders, we're gonna rotate those palms back, and then we're gonna rotate them up. Rotate those palms back, and rotate it up. Beautiful. Down, pull back, squeeze, and to the front, back with those knuckles. Now the key with this one is it's all from the shoulders. So if you feel you need to round or hunch, that's too much. We just want those arms doing the work. One more for me, let's pull back. We need to go down. Let's pull it back. Beautiful, now I want you to extend those arms out. Palms are up to the ceiling. So we're right there, yep, there we go, good. Palms are open. My thumbs are back, and now we're gonna bring it together. I want you to squeeze your pinkies together. Squeeze those pinkies, and then we're gonna open it back. Once again, bring it together. Squeeze the pinkies, make sure you push them together. We open it back. Together, let's squeeze. Pull it back. Once again, let's bring it together. Squeeze them and then pull it back. Two more, bring it together. Let's open it back. Beautiful, now right here we're gonna do nice little circles. Back and around, we pull up and squeeze back. With each circle, I want a nice little squeeze in the back. 4, 3, 2, and now we're going to switch directions. So now coming to the front, but even with those circles coming to the front, we are still pulling back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Roll it, shake those shoulders out. So now we're going to move back to that lower body. We're going to hit some balance for it. So make sure tummy nice and tight. Really puff that chest open while we were doing these nice balance ones. So I'm going to shift my weight onto my left foot to start. We're going to have that right foot pointed. It goes out to the side. Make sure that left standing leg is bent just a little. Now, if you need to, you can always have one hand on the wall, on a chair, couch, counter. If you need a little bit of help, we'd always rather you can keep that balance than fall over on us. So hips tucked, hands straight out in front, one hand holding on if you need to. And now we're going to think about a string attached to the knee, pulls to the opposite elbow, and then we straighten that leg. We twist, pull that leg, it goes back. We straighten that leg to the side as we point the toe. So you should feel your glute have to squeeze when we pull that leg back and straight. Now, if you want to make it harder, we are not touching the toe down as it goes out. If you need to for balance, you can always tap that toe to the side, We're going for 3, 2. Now on this last one, I want you to pull it up and make this nice 90-degree angle. Now flex the toe for me. Tummy nice and tight, and we're gonna hook it to the back and pull that knee up. I'll show you from the side. So we're keeping that 90-degree angle. We're pulling up, and then we're squeezing in that lower back and that butt. Kick that heel up, pull it in, push it back, tuck it in. Beautiful. Try to keep that chest as steady as you can, so you're not moving around too much. 3, 2. Now hold it back for me, and we're gonna pulse it up. Try to push that heel towards the ceiling. 3, 2. Hold it at the top. Now straighten that leg, point that toe, and we're gonna lift it. Straight leg, it's not gonna be a big motion because I don't want your chest to move. We're pointing the toe, and we're lifting straight up. Come on, you got 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax it. Shake it out. I know that standing leg does a lot of work too. So now we're going to shift that weight over to the right side. Once again, tummy tight. And again, if we need that hand, just nice, slightly touching, leg straight out, toe pointed, standing leg bent, arms straight out in front, and we pull that knee to the opposite elbow and back. And don't worry, if that arm is touching, that's okay. Just envision that elbow going, or the knee, I should say, going to where that elbow would be. Beautiful. Controlled movements. 5, 4, 3, breathe. 2, squeeze that butt. 1, we hold it up, we flex that foot. So now the foot is flexed. We hook it back. We pull it in. Keeping that chest as steady as we can. So you should really feel a squeeze in that lower back and in that glute when we hook it. Come on. 4, pull up, back for 3, 2, hold it, and let's pulse it. Squeeze it up. Come on, get that glute involved. Chest up. 4, 3, 2, and let's hold it up. Straighten the leg, point that toe, and now we lift it. Straight up again. Because that leg stays straight, and we're trying not to bend forward. It's not a big movement. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax it down. Wiggle it out. Shake those legs. Now, we've got one more nice round of some arms before we are coming on to the mat. So let's take a nice deep breath. Let's put those shoulders down. Let's open those palms to the sides of the rooms. So we're trying to have those palms as open. So meaning I want those thumbs to rotate back. All right. And don't worry, everyone is going to be a little bit of a different range. We're pinching, we're puffing that chest. And then we're going to do nice big circles all the way up. Those palms touch overhead, and then we open it all the way back down, trying to keep those thumbs twisted back as much as you can. Pulling up, palms touch. Let's open it down. Beautiful, all the way up. Palms touch. Let's open it down. Pull it up. Beautiful, palms touch. Open it down. Keep that tummy tight. Let's go up. Palms touch. Now on this one, I want you to just open to that T. So we're right here. Those thumbs are pulling back. And I want you to bring it forward, but rotate. So now those palms push together in the front. And then as we pull back, open those palms to the ceiling. Once again, those thumbs go back. And then we turn it. Those palms come together and they smush. So those palms open, thumbs go back. And then palms come forward, they smush together, really squeeze, open back, together, palms squeeze, you're doing great. Well, let's open it back. Beautiful, palms together. Let's squeeze them, open, pull back. We got two more here. Palms together. Now last one, pull it back, squeeze. Now we need to bring it together to start the next range. So palms are together, we are squeezing, all right? We're squeezing those palms together and then we're bending it in, those elbows are coming together. Now pushing those palms as much as we can, we're gonna straighten it back out and bend it together. Now the important part for me here is you are gonna get those elbows pushing together as soon as you can. So we straighten, and then we bend and we get those elbows and palms pushing as much as we can. Straighten, bring it together, elbows squeeze, palms push, straighten it. Two more now. Bring it back in, straighten it out. Let's bring it back in. So now palms right here. Palms and elbows are still squeezing for me. Now right here, those elbows have to touch the whole time. And we're gonna push it up as much as we can. Come on, I promise you get to relax after this. I know those shoulders are on fire. Push through it. Give me 6, 5, 4. Come on, give me 2. Last one. And relax it down. Or roll those shoulders out. Shake them. Now we're gonna need those nice mats that we have. I'm gonna tilt the camera down so you can see we're gonna start standing at the edge, if you'll say. So we're gonna start standing by the mat there. So don't worry, my head's gonna be cut off. That's okay. Get a nice drink if you want. Again, use a towel, grab that mat. Okay, so standing at the top or the bottom of your mat, whichever end you want to call it. So we're gonna start like we did at the beginning of the class. So those feet are just shoulder width apart. Let's do a nice big shoulder roll up and down. And then on this next nice deep breath in, let's have those hands come up overhead. And just like at the beginning of the class, let's push those hips forward, pull those hands back. Breathe it out, and let's dive it down towards those toes for me. So again, keep the legs straight on this first bend forward. So we've got the back of the leg straight, stretching them out. Now bend those knees a little and let that upper body come closer to the thighs. Straighten those legs. And once again, let's bend those knees, fold it over a little bit more, and bend the knees as much as you need to get those hands onto the mats. And then we're going to walk our hands out, coming into a nice plank position for me. So plank position, we are either in this nice push-up plank, and if you need a modified, that means the knees are down and the toes are up if you need to be in modified. Whichever position is just fine. Let's hold and breathe. Now let's bend those knees. Let's let those knees come down. Toes go together. And let's sit it back for me. Let those heels sit on back. And we're gonna come onto all fours, so the knees and the hands for me. And we're gonna do a couple cat-cows, so meaning let's let that belly drop down, that chin looks up, and then we're gonna tuck those hips. We tuck the chin, looking kind of at those hips or between the legs. And then we twist, we let that belly drop down again, butt goes up, chin looks up. And once again, tuck those hips, tuck that chin. And let's find a nice flat back now in the middle. So we're lengthening that spine, that tummy is nice and tight. Now I'm going to show you from the side and then I'll show you from the front angle too. So we are going to take that right hand, I'm putting it as much as I can on the base of the neck, and I'm going to open my elbow. So tummy is tight. Now I'm going to keep my little tush up to the ceiling, and I'm going to try to thread my elbow underneath. I'm trying to touch the backside of my right elbow and ear to the ground. And then I want to use my stomach to pull myself back up. So from the front, we're right here. I'm keeping my butt up to the air. Hand is on the back of my neck. My elbows open up at the top. You should already feel your core have to engage to hold this position. And then we twist it under. Your elbow bends, but now use that stomach. Use the weights to pull yourself back up. All right, let's keep going. And this one, don't worry, if you're a little slower, a little faster is okay, but make sure nice full range. And yes, that left arm is going to help you, but try to make your core and your back do as much work as it can to pull you up. And then that arm just gives you that little bit of extra help. We're going to do 2 more. So finish out. Again, don't worry if you're a little faster or behind. Let's get 1 more. Pull and up. Beautiful. So now that right hand's going to come down. Now that left hand comes as much onto that nape of the neck as it can be. Open that elbow, so try not to have it here. Really open it. And then we twist it down, touching the back of that head, the back of the shoulder if you can. Use that stomach to pull you up. Twist it down. Really exaggerate that motion up at the top. So really twisting that elbow up as much as you can. Nice and steady. And again, try not to sit the butt back by the heels. You really want to kind of let that butt pop up to the sky for me. I know, beautiful positions, the butt up in the air, that's okay. Let's work that waist, that lower back. We're going to go for 4. Nice and controlled. Now 3. Pull and up. Now 2. Let's get 1 more. Pull it up. Let it go. And let's sit that butt back and let those hands go forward. Once again. Beautiful. Let's bring it back to that nice plank position for me. So if you need to stay in modified, that's okay. You can go onto those feet again. Let's hold that plank. That tummy's tight. Now we're going to bring that right knee in between those hands as much as we can. That right knee comes between the hands. We let that left foot relax in the back. We puff that chest. We push those hips down towards the floor. Nice tall posture. And of course, if you feel a big stretch, you can stay right here. If you want to make it a little more intense, You can go onto your elbows so they frame that knee. And you can always lay it out with those hands, head coming down towards the mat. Make sure, try to keep those hips even. Don't let your butt come to the side. Keep those hips square to the mat. Nice deep breathing, so you're relaxing a little bit more with each exhale. Beautiful, relaxing into it. 2 more nice deep breaths, so let's really relax on this exhale. Last inhale. And on this exhale, let's walk those hands back. Puffing that chest once again. Now you're going to grip the foot in the back. Push yourself back up into plank. And again, or onto those knees if you need to. Breathing. And now we got to even those sides out. So now that means let's pull that left knee in between those hands. Let's let that right foot relax. Let's puff that chest up. Really exaggerate that nice tall posture for me. Letting those hips come down towards the ground, but keeping them even. And let's walk those hands down if we can, or staying on those hands if you already have a nice big stretch. Again, trying to keep those hips nice and even. And of course, you can lay on down if that feels good. Once again, make sure with each exhale, we're relaxing a little bit more. Few more nice deep breaths, really relaxing on that exhale. Breathe it in, push it out. Now last one for me, let's breathe it in. And then on that exhale, let's walk those hands back. Let's puff that chest. Grip that foot in the back. And let's go back into that nice plank last time. Last time for that plank. And let's pop that butt up. Let's let those heels try to go down towards the floor, so into a nice down dog. And I want you to bend that right leg, really try to get that left heel to the ground. And now walk it out so that right leg is straight. And you're trying to get that heel to the ground. Let's switch sides. Now, if you're in modified, let me show you, you'll be on all fours. And you just kick one leg back, put the weight on it. And let's switch sides. Again, either from down dog or in modified if you need to. And let's relax it. Everyone can come on the knees. Sit it back one last time. And then we're going to roll ourselves over onto our backs. And once you roll it over, let's give those knees a nice hug like we always do once we roll on over. Hugging those knees. Let's pull those knees nice and wide. And let's hug them into the chest. Great. Now we're going to keep a hold of that right knee. Let's hug that right knee. Let's extend that left leg straight out. Really think about trying to get the back of that left leg to touch the ground while you really hug that right knee into the chest. And then we're going to take that right knee, we're going to fold it over to that left side. Try to get that left knee to the ground, right knee to the ground. Right arm out to the side, palm up towards the ceiling. Good, let's roll it back to the center. And now we're gonna grab a hold of that left knee. We're gonna extend that right leg nice and straight. Again, try to have that right leg as flat onto the ground as we can. Hugging that left knee in. And now let's cross that left knee over. Try to get it to the ground. Left arm goes out to the side, palm open to the ceiling. Nice and controlled. Let's bring it back to the middle. Hug both those knees and let's put them flat on the floor. And I want one nice bridge for me. So we're going to lift those hips up. I want you to hold it for a few seconds. And the reason we want to do this is just going to help take away a little pressure from those hips and the back. Beautiful. Let it go down. Now we're going to take that left leg. I want you to cross it over that right leg as much as you can. Now let's pull those knees into the chest. That left hand is going to grab that back right knee. That right hand is going to grab that left foot that's crossed over. And you pull that foot towards the ground and you tuck that knee as straight into the chest as you can. Going into that nice pretzel position. And let's relax it. Put both feet down. Now we're going to cross that right leg. Cross it over as much as you can. Let's pull those knees into the chest. Now right hand grabs that back left knee. That left hand grabs that right foot that's crossed over and pulls it down. Really pulling them into the chest, twisting it. Good. Relax it. And let's hug both those knees one last time into the chest. And let's roll ourselves up. You can always go onto your side. Make sure don't hurt your back. Let's straighten those legs out. And let's reach towards those toes. Try to get to those toes for me, keeping the legs straight. Good, now let's grab underneath the legs for me. This one, you can let the knees bend. We're not worried if those legs want to bend a little. I want you to use those arms, engage your biceps, and pull your chest. Bend at the arms, pull your chest towards your thighs. Try to get that belly button onto the thighs. And once you are there, let's tuck your chin. Look at those hips. Relax it. Let's roll it up and you're going to come to a standing position again for me. Make sure to take your time. We don't want any head brushes. We were down on that mat for a while. So make sure to take that time. Coming on up. Good, so nice and tall. Those feet are just shoulder width apart, maybe a little wider is fine. Let's do one of those nice deep breaths like at the beginning of class. Let's bring those hands up, really extend those fingertips, push those hips forward, pull those hands back, breathe it out. Let's dive it down towards those toes. Let that body really fold over. Head relaxes. Let's grab the opposite elbow with each hand and really let it pull that chest down a little bit more. Really letting that head relax. Let those hands go back down. Let's bend those knees, slowly roll ourselves back up. Shoulders back and down. And last time for me, let's reach those hands up. Really breathe it in. Breathe it out as you push those hips forward. Thumbs go back. Nice deep breath in for me. And push that air out as those hands go down. And give yourselves a hand. You made it through. You joined me on a Monday, so you started the week off good.